Texture just gets picked off.
It's dead off the rip. Xvero has just absolutely destroyed him with that Sheriff. Crazy guy.
Well,
right click as he swings into the corner. Does get the spot out there onto Ash.
yeah, I feel like that was supposed to be a big fake that draws a lot of time with the fast lane and a toxic screen, but now you've got backup here for RRQ. It's a 3-man stack.
Spot out there. Damage going to be dealt with. Count pushing forward past that wall. Is able to find Cushy, and Crazy Guy will also get taken down. Moniette lining up too. However, GEN.G lines up the rest. The pistol goes the way of RRQ.
I thought GEN.G was going to pull a classic GEN.G move of just trading better as he got onto the site. But the backup's there in time. Sharp shooting from the RRQ player.
Average Jonas isn't going to do it anymore.
Somebody has to. RRQ 3-man push out to deny the toxic screen. It's one of the best ways to counter out that attacking Viper. And then they've got their own Viper on the C side as well to delay. It's a solid setup.
It is, but it's a solid shot. Zinks to get himself on the board. Something on the big stage, finds that second, tries to get the transfer over to Crazy Guy. It's not going to be able to make that happen. Moniette peeking out of garage. Quick shot, takes down Charon. Taking it now to a 3v3. Relay Bolt not going to be connecting. There's the spot out. Xvero will fall. Lakia will swing back, but Moniette finds another.
It's already so much damage done against GEN.G.
This is already fantastic, whether it's a round win or not. Drone up over the top. Lakia trying to go for this one, cancels it. Somehow doesn't go down immediately, but then eventually will be flushed out as Moniette looks to try to seal the deal here on the bonus conversion, but Ash! He will find both. Animated. Texture for now, still not able to get himself on the board with a kill. Just Fury. It's going to be opened up. Built it very early from Lakia. He does manage to take down Moniette. Texture, however, will still be traded out.
They got to
reset into the A site. Yeah, has to maybe be second thought here. Is drop down Paranoia connecting. Karen able to tuck back, but swing from Xvero here at backside, looking for a little bit more. But GEN.G going to try to back away, but look at GEMkin. Seems like they might be reading this, but do they have a way of trying to clear him? No. Lakia just faces forward. He and Ash will both hit the floor.
Well, in theory, this round pretty much seems like it's on its last page. You've got an Outlaw behind you, both members not at full health and armor. And now, I mean, the site is already filled. You're just hoping that RRQ slips up, really, and takes on the challenge. And if not, they might even try to go for a save. I'm curious if RRQ would let them get away with that.
They certainly shouldn't. I mean, the money itself shaken up a little bit, but with the round win, they'll still be in a very cozy position. So I think they could afford to throw a couple bodies at this just to try to get all of the rifles out.
10 seconds left.
Here they go.
Well, it's a nice shot from Charon. Still got that aim. And that should seal the deal and dissuade RQ from pursuing any further. But still, a 2-round lead once again established. They receive the damage.
Here's a little spam alongside the dart to try to catch a lucky kill. Oh, Cushy.
Charon's just able to avoid these shots here. Dancing around that Outlaw.
Yeah, at the very least took out the turret, though, so it does require GEMkin to stay on the C site.
We'll see how this goes, though, because of the saved weapons. I mean, Texture is a Vandal, which isn't typically what you go for playing the Neon.
Yeah, and then Charon holding the other one. So eventually they're going to try to push and pull like they are right now, keep RRQ on a back foot of the default, and then go as 5. But look at RRQ re-aggressing. This is a good re-clear, and they get the kill.
Yeah, I like the tuck, but obviously just with a classic. He's in a bit of a rough spot. Push forward, drone over the top, a Nano Swarm towards default to try to interrupt the plant as Ash goes in. He does manage to clear that out. So Lance is in here for GEN.G. Player disadvantage. RRQ, though, needing to go for this retake.
I feel like Texture had to try to push out and take a risk and get kills, because otherwise you're on lower numbers right now.
Paranoia at the ready. Ash going to be trading one back. Bite not deep enough. Texture finds a tiny little pocket to tuck into, keep himself protected, and now does manage to strike. Crazy Guy going to be taken down, but GEMkin turns around quickly there with the overdrive in hand. Zaps him to death, and Ash just rounded to a fine paste by that Nano Swarm. Lakia trying to peel back another kill will just put Cushy down to 11, but can't find anything more than that. RRQ now up 4-1.
Yeah, it always feels bad, especially when you only have 1 or 2. Ram through mid as well, keeping GEN.G entirely tied up. yet to find solid success in any of the sites.
Texture winning out a critical fight. Jemkin struck down. Now lost it long. Smoke to maybe try to escort forward to recover this one. Seems like Crazy Guy's considering going for it, but you got Texture there on the jump peak, and I think he spotted him. Yes, he certainly has, but the bullets just not fully connecting.
Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like Texture's Phantom was the only one that wasn't patched in right now. Crazy Guy barely taking any damage, but he'll save the op. Now, I was going to say I would love to see Charon try to get some more information, but instead of waiting for him to get the information first, they're just going to go for the full rotate and leave the lurk from Zinx. Doesn't get spotted. There's still some big
slide away.
Yeah, there's still some big question marks on main, because RRQ has no idea if there's one extra person left in main or not.
They'll push forward to the garage doors. They hear the nano, they clear it. The alarm bot still waiting there, but with the clear of the util, bells have already been sounded here. Is everything taken away from this setup of Xfero? Pushes forward through the smoke to try to find a pick. He's unable to find it, and then Zinx now striking on that lurk, finding Manya in transit towards C.
Overall good map calls coming in from Lakia for the Gen.G squad on this one. The post-plant positions aren't bad either, although the ones on site will have to make up their mind on where they want to hold from. Not checking the flank for Zinx. It's a lesson learned. Xfero's always one step behind you.
Out of charges.
Finds that kill. At least make this a bit more costly and slow the roll of the economy, but RRQ still in a strong position. Could try to make a go of this one, but push forward into the smoke. Lakia able to find one. Charon gets the other. That's the op now down on the floor once again as Crazy Guy not able to hold on to it. Xfero's going to try to maybe recover it, but we'll just send Charon packing back away, but gets the wider angle, gets the...
It for a little while.
We've been having such a good tournament.
It's all ruined now.
Yep.
Throw it in the bin.
Because she's bringing it out. As it's a 4-player push up into A lobby. Seems like Gen.G very cautious about this. So you'll have to just go ahead and back away, but
toxins going up.
Zinx could be in trouble. Try to hold his own, finds the first, the swing back out, gets the second. Manya striking, will be able to peel back that kill, but Lakia at range will find 2 of his own. And that leaves now just Xfero with a judge to try to see if he can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Go, go, go.
I am so curious on how Lakia was able to get this read on him, because there isn't really any strong indication that it's going to be a judge play on one side. Sure, you would have assumed that there's a push out of A, given some of the util that was used in the silence afterwards. But then to be able to bait them out even further off of that, be ready for the trade, and avoid the judge altogether on their entry onto the site eventually.
Well, this does open up for Xfero to just wrap into lobby. So, yeah, weapon swap is there. Grabs the Vandal. Lakia on the prowl would like to get this last ult charge, but complete opposite directions where he's going. As Xfero is more than happy to just stay tucked back here in the attacker spawn, it would seem.
Yeah, you're not going to figure this one out. He threads the needle right in between the forces of Gen.G. Going to get away with a new weapon upgrade. So, silver linings, I guess, for RRQ. But overall, you know, maybe it's a stroke of luck. We'll see if it's just a repeating pattern here for Gen.G to just draw out the time. It would be very solo-like to do that.
The Texture goes sprinting into spawn. This could be bad, but he gets the weapon out in time. And Sheriff's here for RRQ.
Destroyed.
Trying to pull off a thrifty, but look at the damage on the Jemkin off the rip. Just this counter spam through. This Texture now sliding out into window, finds Crazy Guy alone and isolated atop the B site.
Generally, you wouldn't want to take the risk of peeking out when you know there's multiple people there, but you were ready for the trade. You had the neon slide. So they're able to not only get information, but take the frag themselves for Gen.G, and they're still waiting. Look at this. They're just goading RRQ to getting impatient, saying, you don't have information. You have to make a move. And guess what? They will. They'll start creeping out again.
And quad push down. Still that alarm bot situated inside window. Should hear it. Now has it spotted. Callan just drifting across. Doesn't have the turret up, so can't place that for the early alert, but we'll just be watching the back angle. But swings off of that. This Texture actually sends the overdrive, and there's a timing shot. Charon dead. Rising tries to go for the setup. Texture now swooping in from sewer, but no spot to be had as Pit is going to be dropped as well, but it's cutting off the complete wrong angles. There's no one there. Obviously now Gen.G starting to realize this one is Hunter's Fury is going to be committed by Cushy.
I mean, this is a lot of commitment for RRQ.
I mean, both sides. 2 ults from Gen.G, but they're at least the ones who are looking like they're going to get the round win, unless Xpharaoh can really put this Vandal to use. And Lakia scoops up the Outlaw. He comes up with a 4K to get Gen.G 4 on the board. Shows be slightly lower than the others, I suppose.
There you go.
There's those new, Secret Lab ones that are supposed to be like fully adjustable as well as the chairs.
Yeah. Use the technology.
Ooh, a hair off being able to find that.
Oh, crazy guy just keeping his eyes on it, but look at his position already. He's ready to try to back away. Actually, he's called backup. Wants to take the fight to him.
Spot the elbow. Charon just backing off for the moment. Gen.G. I just want to play this out a little bit patiently, see if they can get a rise out of RRQ. If they try to make the first move. They shall. The drone going to be coming in, but doesn't get the spot too much, nor will Gen.G's. All bang down before it really makes its way into the garage whatsoever. Slide forward though, Texture looking for the catch, finds it, Cushy. Struck down. They get that kill, and they're just happy to back away.
Yeah, you drew attention. Now they have to have their eyes set on the C side. That's what Gen.G's thinking. And then they're going to shake up B again before still making a move onto A for the
30
flank.
seconds left.
And also just reading the tendencies of Jemkin, and where he likes to play with that operator. Reading it well, Zinx at the same time. He's got a good amount of space forward here at long. They know that there's still a Viper in the pit. And like you said, time is starting to tick. 14 seconds remaining. Spotted on one, Xpharaoh so far forward though, it means that he can't try to go in for the lockdown, but Moniette's still here, finds one crazy guy, takes out Texture. Nearly finds the shot there on the lock. He's just gonna go swooping forward as they all line up for him. Crazy guy and Jemkin now. Just versus Charon, who sets up the turret. They know exactly where he's at. Bounce of the relay, stun, but no scale forward. Just a double face in. Tap it and fuse. Jemkin will find the headshot, so timeout ends up working. RRQ get themselves back into the lead. Recollect the operator, carry that forward.
It feels like this was a bit of an overcooked round from Gen.
To be very healthy for them as Jemkin plays it patiently, waits for a little bit of a wider shot, a clearer angle. Texture does get taken down off the rip once again. Push forward, Charon with a great adjust. There's the turret into a kill onto Xpharaoh. Now sets up the lockdown. They're trying to exec here onto this C site, but Moniette finds him at the base of the stairs below window. Jemkin gets the shot, the lockdown's destroyed. The plan has completely gone awry here for Gen.G. The re-peek back in towards long, Lakia dead, the spike on the floor, and Zinx realistically with nothing more to do here in this round but to try to save.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left on the clock though. So we'll see. It's not like RRQ's in a perfect position to go for the hunt. They're not exactly very healthy in the bank. Of course, only 2 more rounds after this one in the first half. But I gotta imagine Zinx will just have to tuck away. I mean, honestly, if the timer runs down, does he maybe go for the spike if he thinks he has a shot? I wouldn't mind it, but like you said, 1v4. Chances seem slim.
In the last place that op rang out from is exactly what you'd have to cross over, so it's probably just going to be the tuck and save.
And this is ideally where the Gen.G players are discussing kind of where things are going wrong, and a big part of it, I say, is the timeout adjustment. Get impatient. We don't actually have to go out for information if we have a solid default, and RRQ is able to bait them into these fights that they're just not ready for. And so Gen.G might still be a timeout afterwards, depending on how that discussion has gone. We'll see if Coach Solo feels that he needs to intervene.
Looking for maybe some shenanigans. It's a bait with a smoke onto A. Try to force them to check into that as the Omen ult comes through. So Ash now arrives on the back of B site. The rest of the team's starting to scale, but it seems like RRQ have a very good idea of this.
Yeah, they've already cleared out all the possible suspects. Well, Xpharaoh actually, just too many corners to check while Texture's working the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, they're just actually playing the entirety of the map at the moment here are Gen.G. And now with Texture's entry onto A, RRQ's like, well, Where's the spike gonna go? So GEN.G comes slinking back in, does catch him in the corner. Ash trying to get set up for that interception, but just gets the spot, backs out. TP's into the back of sight. Finds Crazy Guy as well. Okay, the play call here from GEN.G looking fantastic as they're immediately on the hunt, looking to try to take down this Neon. And Charon's got him pinned in. Great round call here from GEN.G.
Yeah, really good play after the timeout. Something that we just haven't seen before either. Instead of sending the Omen to spawn, drawing people out of mid, taking over the B site.
Well, ever hard clear that Heaven position because of the smoke and the ult use. So it just seems like GEN.G able to cause so much confusion. They play off it brilliantly, but can they do it again? As they look to try to tie this up 6-6 at the half.
Now GEN.G's waiting for aggression again, but it happens to be on the one side where they do not have a forward position. So RRQ, they've got a pretty solid read that it's not going to be a C main hit. They can keep their members 2-2.
Cushing just going to be sending out the drone, so Texture will back away.
Well, trying to draw out some util over on the B side.
Still that lockdown for Xero, but still the Hunter's Fury from Lakia as well, but he's the one with the spike in hand.
And now tosses it over, and ideally for GEN.G, you were trying to bait out that lockdown, and they actually do! After all this delay?
Oh my goodness, okay. Well, if nothing else, if RRQ wanted to try to usher GEN.G elsewhere with that, they absolutely kind of have. Now the executive's ready to come in as Lakia just says, okay, I'm going to send this one, see if I can find anything, and he does. Xpero going to be taken down. Push forward here from Cushy, but cannot win the fight. Up and over the top of the box, so is Crazy Guy, as the time is gone. The round is over. Moniette will just put him down nice. Very puzzling, time-wasting plays, you could say, I suppose. Early damage found Moniette down to a sliver. Sends him the bite. He might be the one finding the kill, but it's going to be Ash taking the first as Lockkick gets a second. GEN.G trading one back, slide into the corner, quick headshot there from Texture. Gets the follow-up on the Crazy Guy. Just Xpero now with the Sheriff in hand, trying to see if he can bail himself out. Two players down to one-tap range. The spike is now a world away.
Yeah, and you've got Charon watching the other side right in mid. Should be secured.
It is a frenzy, but yeah, okay. Just give the headshot there. Here a bit for GEN.G. Just the two. That Stinger and some pistols, but quick hit, getting ready to come in. Zig spotting out one. And that's GEN.G absolutely stranded and dead. Texture arriving, doesn't manage to find Moniette for the trade up as they lose out on their Viper. And that has a full pivot here from his way over into back sight, instantly finds the headshot onto Xpero, looks for the finish, but he's jumping on the lumber, and Xpero's able to collect. Now suddenly, down to just the two Guardians to try to see if he can round, otherwise RRQ are going to pull off a thrifty.
Yeah, now RRQ's position isn't that great, though. Just two Classic and a Stinger at long range in the post plant.
That's why they're going to send Xpero all the way around through Garage.
Yep. That's
to close that gap a bit, but this is still risky. Not even through Garage, he's going to go all the way through B.
I don't think you have time for this one.
The fuse is held to half.
They hear him.
I think they should have. Yeah, the swing in. Lakia finds the shutdown there. Push forward from Texture, but he's just getting overwhelmed, and it's all now down to Lakia, who's holding for the defuse, but Cushy! Now, RRQ full Vandals into just the three Sheriffs here. I mean, the GEN.G of old are masters of pulling off the thrifties, but I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing that one here.
Obviously, some things you'd like to keep the same. See if GEN.G's able to. But overall, so far in this map, I know it's just the first map, but it does feel... Oh, what? Off the tracers!
Oh, what a shot from Lakia.
Okay.
He still got it!
He still got it. He's been training.
Saw the head there. Doesn't want to overextend. We'll just go ahead and send out the drone, try to get an idea of the numbers, and we'll hear all that gunfire.
Right here.
Still not sure if you want to call over all your teammates on the Gen.G side to the A site, though.
It's just the two, but they're going to pull away from sewers, double up on this main angle. The wall gets raised, smoke cycled forward here, but GEN.G not really going to be dissuaded by that. As
30 seconds
Lakia
left.
just fishing for anything that he can get, but it's not going to be much of anything. Really Bolt going to be sent over, gets the catch, I just do believe. Tucks in behind the box, gets blinded up, eventually flushed out. 4v4 now.
Yeah, it should just be about the round here. 2 sheriffs only.
Texture unable to find the elimination there. Does eventually get the headshot on the crazy guy. Falls to 20 health.
Yeah, I say that.
Immediately rotate down, swap with the weapon. Yeah, hands that one over to Ash. They're just trying to be the tip of the spear, perhaps. Scout out the site. Get some information here for his teammates, but no, he's right back into heaven. Time starting to get away from them, though. As the push comes through. Jump around the corner. Ash going to be good for 1, but Xfero looking for the 4th. Will have it.
Texture, this could be the difference maker.
Oh, backs away. Right as the ult comes through, and that's going to be Lakia down.
Oh, but that just shifts everything for Gen.G, right? You're losing control of A. Now you look at the minimap. Everyone shifted over to that side. RRQ wants to take this opportunity to explore the C side.
I mean, they're frantically scrambling now.
This is where Charon might start to become tested if he can dance around his util, but he's going to take a safer position, which I would agree with. Overall, from a macro perspective, hey, if they come C, all we want to know is that they've taken over the site. We don't have the members to take control of it. We can't fight it right now. You got to cut your losses if you're Gen.G.
Doesn't manage to get the nano off, but it's only going to be tiny little bits of damage dealt to the players of RRQ. Now go for the full assault here onto the C side. Paranoia thrown across. Charon does get his vision back, but Cushy swoops around. Just completely surrounded. Given that you have this operator, it's going to be a 3-player save for Gen.G as RRQ hit double digits.
Yeah, I mean, Charon playing on site, it's one of those things where damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're below in numbers, you're lower on numbers, you want to fight to even things out, but the moment you give away, that death, the round is over. You give away the site, the round is pretty much over as well. So I don't know if you can really fault him, but it didn't look like he had the best chances. And now, like you said, with the save, they'll try to keep control of the operator. This time he gets shut down immediately. A bit of a curveball position from Texture, getting nullified in the middle of the map.
Well,
So that spam to keep the attackers at bay, make sure that they can't make any early moves. But what do you do off of that, Gen.G? Where are you taking that space? Where can you get a little bit more information? These are the questions you have to solve for.
now it's just defaulting, but Xfero just catches the shot. Charon not dead, and once again, that starts to cause this shift here for Gen.G. They now have that weaker side of the map, so they have to shift players over.
And the recon right after on A, I mean, it's kind of in a missed timing. Sure, you see the neon.
Texture in a fairly committed position. Now their own drone getting ready to fly through. Backs away to try to avoid this one. Hasn't been spotted, but splits the difference between the two players. The kill not found. Goes back in, re-aggresses, finds the shot. Jemkin down. Does he go for a little bit more? He does, and Crazy Guy absolutely punishes him for his hubris.
Yeah, had to swing a bit too far wide. The flick's not quite there for Texture. And then they go for a little control of the B side. I mean, RRQ is just pushing and pulling Gen.G at all ends of the map.
I mean, they've kind of given you a freebie, I would think, because, okay, Lakia interrupts it here with the Hunter's Fury.
They're playing for time.
I mean, yeah, they want to try to dissuade this if they can, but it's on the swing. Can't get the kill onto Xfero. He survives. Lockdown available. And he's thinking, well, I might just send this. I don't think it's going to be the most necessary here as Lakia frantically looking for a kill, but as those shots come through, seems like he will just go ahead and commit it. And maybe it's for good reason. Ash coming up with the 2, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get anything else done from here. Has to back away.
Yeah, I think he might be going for the op, and Cushy's here to cut him off.
He is. They could have just taken it and gone for the save, but instead, running out of time. You're running out of opportunities here for Gen.G. Texture changing it up. Gets himself forward. There's no alarm bot in mid. Might just be able to find a godly timing here. As he swings around, one yet. Starts working his way over towards Garage, but he's not going to be able to get the catch here.
Ooh, doesn't see anybody.
But as soon as he checks in towards Long, he's going to know, but well, okay, now they pretty much should anyway.
Gotta go.
Picture's eyes tied over towards C. Charon able to dodge the Paranoia, playing very far forward, very committed. Gets the pivot upon the second kill there. Xfero will be able to trade one back.
There's
Not
no
breaking
way.
out, but there's still this approach.
Exactly.
Texture still coming in around this back on the flank. The Guardian at range could absolutely be their undoing, but he needs to strike now! And he finds the first, but can't find the second. You see the frustration, the hands in the air.
Spike planted.
Spike is now playing an RRQ with an opportunity in the hands of Monyet. A 1v2, Lakia with just a classic in hand. Weapon's still a world away. He's got a recon, but Monyet does not have a clutch. Zinx will get them over the line. Gen.G stop RRQ from reaching map point.
Yeah, just barely so. The rookie years.
Texture revealed. Just tuck himself out of sight, but that's the immediate abandon of the plan here from RRQ. A quick pivot, sprinting their way over towards C. Zinxo, however, finds the intercept. That's Xfero gone. So they're still going to try to commit onto this one, but eventually GEN.G just going to be sliding past that snake bite, but he's here in the opening. Charon at back plat, able to find the kill. Tries to go for the setup there on the lockdown, thinks better of it, holds it for the moment. The swing out, finds another shot. Monyet's dead. Charon finds the third, and Zinx will get the cleanup. Gen.G 3 away from tying it up, starting to look a bit more.
I mean, immaculate gameplay, honestly.
Yeah. This is peak. Oh, overdrive, Texture, sliding away. Monyet's down to 1 health, by the way. As Ash is going to get caught. However, the Odin doesn't actually find the kill on Monyet. He does manage to find the headshot. Xfero gets Texture, and suddenly we're in a very wishy-washy situation. Charon, however, didn't use the lockdown in the previous round now. Has it, sends it, before they can try to get the plant in play. Swing out from Zinx. We'll find the catch and kill. Look at this rotation call.
Yeah, but look at Charon. He's ahead of it.
That's the one I was talking about. He is all the way out here into mid. Perfect. Zlakia changing up. Puts himself onto the opposite side of the map and let's find a tiny little bit of damage here. It's a crazy guy. He's trying to counter spam him, but well, good luck.
Yeah, they're not able to really land the shots, but they will force him away from that position.
Drone now leading the charge. With the reveal, yeah, has to back away. Far too risky to stick around.
So RQ's first step, disrupt the C side, eliminate some of that Killjoy util. Not sure if GEN.G would have heard the turret through the corners. Well, he should be able to. Not sure if he was paying attention to it. But the Odin's still here, and that's really throwing a wrench in RQ's plans.
Go, go, go.
Smoke over onto the C-Link, fast entry. Attempted here, but Paranoia holds them back for the moment. Push forward, Zinx gets himself out in the mid, finds Cushy, puts the spike down on the floor, but cannot escape. Wallbang shots is going to be there, and GEN.G has Lakia lined up. Headshot connects. Ash now the one to try to hold the line, but jump peek from GEN.G is able to spot him, gets over to the side, slides away from the Paranoia. Takes Ash's head clean up, but Charon still anchoring. Able to find two, but Texture now all alone. The aforementioned overdrive is still in the back pocket for him. So they're creeping forward, but how do you really try to isolate this? You can't. Xfero's clean with a shot and RRQ. They get themselves fake here from Crazy Guy.
Yeah, just an immediate cancel.
He just jumped from in front of a lobby to in front of his spawn on the seaside, so trying to make them think, and look at this, it's forcing them to have to try to clear over towards spawn. And even then, that backside B position likely still going to be a question mark for them. Charon, however, tucks into the corner, able to find one. GEN.G going to be taken down! No! As Charon a spider's web. RRQ just laying right in front of his fangs. Yet now here within the smoke, but pretty much all angles covered. He will fall. GEN.G still some fight left in him, looking to take this into OT.
I tell you what, It's definitely clear that Charon's been studying their VODs from 2025.
A little bit different, I suppose. Pit now going to be invested here from Zinx. Locks off the B site. Not wanting any access here for RRQ. As they go for the Sheriff Thrifty. They use the wall, slide across in towards sewers. For the moment, it's just Ash boosted up on top of the box. They're trying to get the spot out, but Texture dialed in on the angle and long, but a bit too much movement. The shot goes high, and Jemkin does take him down. Now suddenly, Ash is left alone. Relay bolted. Oh, Jemkin, the smooth criminal, sliding across with a headshot. Damage suffered there for Crazy Guy, down to 30. Gets his way into the corner, but still a player advantage. The operator recovered, handed to Xpharaoh. Looks like he's just going to go for the peek in towards the link.
Positions aren't bad for RRQ.
Death for Gen.G is absolutely devastating. Lakia now gone. Here on the corner, unable to find the flick. Now he gets rid of one, but Jemkin is just so damn deadly. Now the overdrive. There's a lockdown in play. He's trying to flush them out. He's trying to get them out of the sight. But he's swinging it early. Does win the fight that he absolutely needed to. Hunter's Fury coming through in the time. This is pretty much already gone. Would have to fully stick it, but Jemkin's right there. Closes it out with a 4K, a Thrifty.
Once more,